Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. SlipjointSawyer here. Today we're going to do another episode of the Slippy Thrifty Show. So welcome, John. How are you doing?
I'm doing well, mate. How are you doing?
Yeah, very well, thank you. So today we're going to be doing a little bit something slightly different. We're looking over a pocket knife restoration by 357 Magdad, and mainly talking about a product he uses to remove the rust. Because I've not really seen anything better than this product. Have you, John?
No, I was quite impressed with it, so I'm glad we get the opportunity to kind of show people.
Yeah, it's definitely something I'll be looking for here in the UK. It's obviously available in the US, but I'm not sure if it's available here. I'll have to do a bit of research, but it's something I'm interested in doing. I'm interested in doing some more restorations of knives and things, so we'll see how that goes. But we're going to play the video here and show you what the knife looks like to start with, and then we'll have a sort of discussion as it goes on.
This pocket knife was in my $3 toolbox haul. It is a Camp King, and it's horrendous.
Yeah.
Look at that.
It was pretty rough.
There's some serious corrosion on that.
I remember when I pulled this out of that toolbox, I thought to myself, this is a perfect candidate to see what evaporust can do. Before I go ahead and soak it in the evaporust, I think I'm going to take my Dremel and a wire wheel and just work off the worst of the rust that I can see and touch here and on the bottom here. Maybe on
Definitely the best way to go. Get rid of the worst of it first.
Maybe I'll give it a bath in some soapy water and try to, I think this is mostly powder. Just try to, yeah, see? I'll just give it a bath in some soapy water and try to knock off some of this powder. Then we'll put it in the evaporust.
So you can see he's doing a pretty decent job here, removing all the rust. Like the surface rust anyway from the blades.
Yeah. And, you know, it's smart. He's using the wire wheel there. It seems to be pretty quick to use that. I have to look
as opposed to sandpaper.
Yeah, I have to look into getting some of those that are a little larger, because the ones I have are a little smaller, and I would be afraid that I'd not be able to get it on there the way I'd like.
Yeah, but the one he's got is doing a fantastic job. It's getting the worst off the top of the blades. Obviously, the corrosion is going to sit a lot lower inside the knife as well, which is why he's going to use the evaporust.
Right.
But you can see from this how much is coming off with just this wire wheel.
Mm-hmm. So yeah, that tool's working really well.
Yeah.
Pretty quick.
Really quick. Cleaned up the springs in like no time at all.
So here it is after I quickly...
Alright, so we're going to move forward a little bit and kind of show you that he puts it in the evaporust. That's the product.
Yeah, like how we would sort of use the evaporust. So he's using it pretty much like a bath. He's just chucking it in. I think he lets it sit for
12 hours.
12 hours? Yeah, 12 hours he lets it sit for.
Let's see what we got.
And you can see like the transformation when he's opening the blade.
What do you think? You think I'm going to get a blade out?
Yeah, I mean, immediately you can see just how much rust came off of there.
Yeah. It has sort of tainted the metal, like this dark grey, but that can be polished off.
Right.
But you can just see that the lack of rust with like no rubbing, no sort of sandpaper. It just seems to have it all.
Does it say Imperial?
Right. And so if we have a chance to kind of look at the before and after here at the end after he's done.
Yeah.
He takes the handles off.
Yeah, he does a proper sort of rest now. He removes the scales and the handles, gives it all a polish.
Chuck and I went over the whole knife with our flits. I even tried some flits on the black plastic by hand with a soft cloth.
Yeah, it's just a bit here in polishing the knife at the end.
Chuck had his doubts about this one.
The knife right at the start. Look at the state of it.
Yeah.
I'm glad I was able to prove him wrong.
Yeah. Honestly, if someone gave that to me, I'd think it was new old stock, the way it looks like that. I would not have imagined that was that rusty knife.
Yeah. The pitting on the blades is obvious, but...
Yeah, but I mean, like, from the exterior, from like, you know, from there, it looks like a brand new knife.
Yeah. Looks really good. He did a great job on it.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm gonna definitely try that evaporust out on a couple of projects if I ever buy a couple more projects on eBay or whatever. So
yeah, definitely. I'll be looking to get it here in the UK soon.
Yeah.
Just I got a couple of knives waiting that need restoration. Some of them they're not as rusty as that, but they're pretty bad.
Mm-hmm.
And without that stuff, I'd be sort of sanding and grinding away for ages to try and get that down to that sort of smoothness he did there. Considering he just used a chemical and then polished the blades, and that's what they came out like.
Yeah, so props to Magdad, or 357 Magdad. I was pretty impressed with that.
Yeah, like really impressive.
Like he restores a lot of different things. It's not all knives, but
yeah, he just likes some tools. He's restored some tools, doesn't he? He's got quite varied content.
Yeah, you can kind of see that if you go straight to his channel here.
Yeah, we'll have a look.
You can take a look at the kind of the variation of things. He's got a screwdriver there.
He's got like tips and tricks, yard sale,
rust fighting,
fighting rust.
Yeah.
It's a good channel. It's good for tips and tricks, especially if you're into like DIY and like restoring stuff that you found.
Yeah.
It's definitely worth a watch. I'd definitely subscribe to him.
So, yeah. Shout out to 357 Magdad.
Okay, so in this next bit we're going to talk about mainly about Blue Creek knives, which they've recently announced they're going to be closing down the end of this month. It looks like 31st or the 5th. Quite a big thing for me, really. Is that's where I've been getting all my Rosecraft knives from. They do ship to the UK. Have you seen this, John? That they're closing down?
Yeah, I saw that it was announced. I had not purchased from Blue Creek Knives, but I was familiar with their website.
Yeah, like I spoke to Brian a couple of times, the owner. It's a bit of a shock that he decided to close it down because he's been pushing it for so long. Right? I mean, he's only just had his 1 year anniversary, I think, of the shop. I think it was a year. The last sort of couple of months, he did a sale for that as well, and he announced in the last couple of days that it's closing. Bit of a bummer, really. But he said it was to pursue other things with his family, so good on him. Hope it all goes well for you. But it's a big shame that I have to look elsewhere to try and get some of my knives in from the US. Because I know Rosecraft, they don't ship direct, which sucks a bit.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, no, they do have a sale going on at the moment, so make sure you go check it out. 23% off pretty much everything. Ignore the fact there's Jack Wolf knives there; they're not in the sale, but pretty much everything else is. So grab yourself a bargain while you still can, because you've got a couple of days yet before it closes.
Yeah, you said his name's Brian?
Brian at Blue Creek.
Yeah. Well, good luck to you, Brian. Hopefully everything goes well for you.
Yeah, whatever your next venture is, like, best of luck.
All right, so this next clip is about the comment that I made yesterday. This is something I've asked the community to participate in. I want everybody to pick their 5 favorite budget traditional knives. And then we'll just kind of go through all of them at the end, and maybe we can find future content from this. I'm hoping to get enough responses that we have some sort of a consensus, but right now, with only 13 comments, I don't know how much this is going to be useful. Maybe I'll end up putting a poll up based on some of the responses here to try to further narrow it down.
Yeah, you can.
But the idea is to have, ideas for future purchases, and also kind of just get you guys, the types of knives on the channel that you want to see. So
yeah,
it all influences the future content, and been really interesting choices so far, the ones that have been submitted. So is there anything you wanted to say about the results so far?
There's definitely some surprising ones. So for me, Mr. Barlow is the most surprising one with his number 1.
Did you want me to show that then first?
Yeah, scroll down to Mr. Barlow.
Oh, okay.
He's got the Victorinox Cadet Alox, or Alox. Did not expect that from him at all. I was expecting a Buck or an old timer or something. Was not expecting a Victorinox in there at all.
Okay.
But Rough Rider Reserve Barlow, 100% fantastic knife. Should be in most people's. It's not, but it should be.
Yeah. What do you like so much about that knife?
There's only one thing I don't like about it, and it's the lanyard hole. Everything else is really well done.
Yeah.
Like the Mikata's really nice. Traditional bat, and the big the big sort of spear point, the fat spear. The nail nick's not interfered with anything. It's got a decent pull. It's D2 steel. I don't think there's really much to not like about it.
Yeah. Agree with you on 100% on that. Everything you said. I just thought it was interesting to put the Mercator on there. Wouldn't have thought that would have been in the top 5. I think from a historical perspective, it's definitely an important knife to own. But as far as a favorite, I was a little shocked that that made the list.
Yeah, it's also nice to see what people like, how our sort of tastes in knives sort of vary. Because although there's quite a few similarities, with the Sodbuster and the Reserve Vala, there's also a lot that differ. Like John said, there's that Mercator and so many. There's other different ones that I wouldn't have picked that other people have.
Yeah. Is there another one you wanted to look at?
Yeah, there's one further down. I can't remember his name.
That Phil?
Yeah, that idiot. That one.
That's not it.
So,
what else?
No, was it called Terry? I think it was a guy called Terry.
Oh, was it North Star?
We'll go with North Star. Let's go with North Star.
Okay.
Yeah, so out of the knives he's picked, I only have 2. I got the Biome and the QSP Parrot, both solid choices. For me, he didn't pick the Parrot because, for me, I'd have to pick UK legal. That makes more sense for me. Biome is a fantastic knife, but would I put it in the traditional sort of bracket? Not really. It's sort of a modern take on a traditional. But again, Victorinox Evo, another one that's sort of a modern take on a traditional, but another solid choice really for your top 5 sort of budget-ish knife. And the Rake P801 is not something I would have picked either. What about you, John?
I'm not familiar with the model because of the name P801. I get those rakes.
I'm pretty sure it's like the multi-tool one, like the Victorinox. It's the big spear blade, like the Boca Tech tool.
Okay.
If you're familiar with that, I think it's similar to that.
Okay. Yeah. So, it's kind of well-rounded one there. He's got a lot of different types of knives.
A bit from sort of everywhere really. That one.
I like that. You got a fixed blade and just every. Is that a More Knife Classic number 2? Is that a fixed blade?
Yeah, More Knives are fixed. Yeah.
Okay. I thought I put on their folders, but I don't know. What did I say? Did I say folders? It doesn't matter. I mean, that's fine. You can put whatever you want. But
you can pick whatever you want. Like, if that's in your top 5, it's in your top 5. Go for it.
Yeah, folding pocket. No, it doesn't matter. That's fine. But there
we go. There's Terry. Above mine.
Okay.
So just click on read more for me, just so we can get the
sure.
I don't know why it's not showing 5 lines. So another one, another commonality. So you got the Buck and Son farmhand lockback large, which the Bear and Son, my bad, is sort of their version of the Sodbuster, I think, isn't it? Is that right?
Sure. Yep.
Yeah. Victorinox Tinker, another solid choice. Open L number 8, another one I have. Civivi Praxis, not one I've experienced.
Yeah, I'm not as familiar with that particular one either.
No, but the Buck 110, if you can get it for under $50, it's definitely going to be on people's lists.
Yeah, and the Slim Select version, that's the lighter, more affordable versions.
Like the FRN handles, is it? Like the nylon handles?
Yeah, I want to say that's $35 or something like that.
Yeah, like the Walmart ones, is that correct?
I'm sorry?
The ones from Walmart.
Yeah, they do sell them at Walmart.
Yeah, and then
they also have the LT, which is not the same, so don't confuse it with that. The LT.
What's the difference?
That's the most affordable one. That one's just the black handles. You don't get a choice in color, anything like that.
Yeah. And then my choices down there, you've got a couple of Stockmans in mind, because I've become quite obsessed with Stockmans recently. Got the Lumberjack 858 OTB, the Queen Saw Cut Bone Stockman, which I think we can both agree the bone on it is fantastic. It's one of the best series of knives out there, I would say.
Yeah, I think so. At least for the affordable budget knife.
Yeah, definitely.
I mean, it's like more than affordable, really. Honestly, it's like half of what I asked y'all to get under, like the $50 mark.
Yeah.
I mean, it's probably not even half that. So.
Yeah, and the saw cut on it the ridging is just fantastic. The colouring, just everything about it, even the fit and finish is quite perfect on the ones I've got.
Yeah.
The Cinnamon Bone Stag series, I could have picked any of that from that series, really. I went with the Cattleman. Again, another solid series from Rough Rider. Carbon steel blades, Duke's Bone. Don't know what else you could really ask for.
I might have taken the Barlow in that same series. That's a just preference.
That's another solid one. Buck canoe for me. I wanted to get a canoe in there, but I wasn't sure which one to pick, so I went with the Buck.
You could have gone with the socket canoe too, Queen.
Yeah, I wanted some variety.
Well, yeah, I get it. I'm just saying.
Yeah, but the socket is another solid one.
Yeah.
And then the Case Sodbuster Junior, which I think is a no-brainer for most people.
Which, I like the Case Sodbuster. I don't anything against them. I think they're, somewhat affordable. But I just, if you're getting like the synthetic one, and you want to try to get, the more affordable style, I don't know. Why not try the Imperial? I think it's a pretty good knife. I know the blade.
I have the Imperial as well.
Blade material's not quite as nice, but either case,
it's a good knife. The Imperial one is a really good knife for the price.
Hard to go wrong.
I mean, it's what, a quarter, I think, of the price you've asked us to get, under $50.
Yeah.
I think it's was it like $15
for the Imperial?
Yeah, Imperial.
Yeah, I think RJ was saying the other day you can still get it at some places for like under $12.
Yeah.
So yeah.
You can't go wrong for that.
Mm-hmm. But yeah, it's going to be interesting. Hopefully, I'll get more responses. I hope if anybody's watching this video, they go in and take the time to
get you some responses on there.
Put in your list, because the more information I have, the better this is going to be, and the more useful it will be.
If you've got a YouTube channel, share it so more people can take part in it.
Yeah, because it's really a fact-finding mission. Really, that's kind of what it's all about. And then I'll use the data to really help to bring some more knives that you guys would want to see. So that's the whole idea.
Yeah, basically it'll bring knives to the channel that maybe John wouldn't think he'd want to review, and then if you want to see it, put it in your top 5 and then see what happens from it.
Yep. But that's going to do it for this week, guys. I hope you enjoyed the show. Make sure you like, subscribe, hit the bell to be made aware of videos when they drop. This is going to be posted over on Slippy's channel, so make sure you are following Slippy and both Thrifty and Slippy together. Anything, final words?
No final words for me.
Alright, well that's going to do it. I'm Slippy. No, I'm not. I'm Thrifty. And
I'm Slippy.
And that's going to do it for this week. We'll see you next week.
Peace out.